The beginning of June 2022, and in this video I kind of want to talk about lessons learned and some changes that I've made in the garden in the last few weeks. This is a tree that I got bare root from Stark Brothers, and this isn't a cut on Stark Brothers, but I have no idea what kind of rootstock that they put this all-in-one almond on, but you can see the issue that I'm facing now. The rootstock is down there. You can see that it is a smaller diameter than what's on top. What's on top is the graft. That's a bad situation. This rootstock is not going to be able to support the graft. Essentially, the graft is more vigorous than what's in the ground. And you can see the other issue that's cropped up, and that is I've got gummosis on this tree. I've got sap that is bleeding out of this tree. But I can guarantee you that the inadequate rootstock that this is grafted to is not helping the situation any. You know, I bought this tree from an area of the country that's completely different than our area as far as climate and most probably soil as well. Clearly, the rootstock on this tree does not do well in the soils here. And it's possible that that's why I'm not getting really great production on this almond tree. You know, I do have some almonds here. It has produced, but not what I would expect from a tree that's been in ground for 6 years. So this tree ultimately is going to get cut back and dug out, and I'll likely replace this with a fig tree. I just want to put you on alert that when you buy your trees, make sure you understand what rootstock it's been grafted to and if that rootstock is going to perform well in our climate. My next share is this Florida Prince peach tree. 6 years ago, I planted what I thought was a Florida Prince peach tree. I bought it bare root, came from California, Dave Wilson variety. Bought it locally here in Phoenix. And I was finding that every year I was behind all the others in the valley in getting my fruit to ripen. The peaches on this tree would ripen in July, actually. June, July, which is not normal for a Florida Prince. I came to the realization that I bought a mislabeled tree. So not sure what variety this was, but I went ahead and dug it out, which was a chore. You know, once you have a tree in the ground for that many years, it takes a bit to get that dug out, but did the task and went over to RSI Growers and bought this Florida Prince from Reed. And I'm actually really happy that I did that because I wanted a rootstock that was proven in our soils. When you buy a tree from Dave Wilson, you know, that's grown in California, and while California may have some clay soil, they are not like us. When you buy a rootstock that's not suitable, it'll start declining. Now I'm starting to see that even on that tree. So, really happy to do the change out. You know, Reed is a trusted grower in our area, and I have no doubt that this tree is going to take off. So that's my new addition here. One of the first trees that I put in was a bear's lime that I bought from Moon Valley. I didn't know anything about how to properly plant a tree back then. Planted that tree at ground level, and of course over time that thing sunk and it was just not doing well. So I made the choice to dig it out, replacing that lime tree over there with a new fig tree. Actually, there'll be another one beside it. Done some propagating on fig trees and want to replace that with a variety I know does really well here and fruits well. Though I didn't want to lose that bear's lime because I think it's a fantastic citrus fruit to have growing in my yard. There's another plant that I picked up from Reed just recently in the last week and planted this in ground. I had a Garden Delight Nectarine here, and that thing would just never fruit. So that's just another lesson learned here. Rootstocks are important, and also chill hours. You ideally want to find a variety that's going to have low chill hours. If you go with the higher chill hours, there's a good chance that it's not going to fruit in some years. We've had warm winters the last few years and my fruit trees to produce. So I switched it out again with an RSI variety. This is a sunset nectarine. Very low chill hours, should do really well.